I'm going to be making the Winter Solstice or Misty Pines quilt. I've already ironed my fabric number 1 out. It's just kind of wrinkly. It's the lightest fabric. By the way, I'm using the Northcott, I think it's the Robin Eggs collection. I picked out various ones because I didn't buy the kit. By the way, it is February the 6th, 2022. Here's some of my fabrics. Actually, keeping it organized. Fabrics B and J are in this box. Fabric K, which is this beautiful fabric right here. Only this is the darkest one. Let's see what fabric this is. I'm not sure which one. Hold on. I can actually show you the guide. This took about a month and a half to get all these fabrics together. But here they are. I picked them out. My own palette. Now F and H are still in the bag. This is fabric A, which you saw on the cutting board, and fabric E. This is fabric G, and it's actually called Misty Pines. This is fabric D. This is fabric L. This is the darkest one. I mean, it's almost an espresso color. It's so dark. But what you don't see on the palette was fabrics F and H. And I believe they were the golden leaf, which is this one right here. Fabric F. This fabric F. And I'm not sure where fabric H is. It's somewhere around here. It's got to be in the room. Yeah, because I know I got it all. I just recently moved, so my stuff is everywhere. I'll find it and show it to you later. So, yeah. You can see fabric eye a little bit better. It's beautiful. This is one of my favorite ones in the whole palette. So to help me not cut out the throat and the queen at the same time, I'm going to make the queen size. I just folded a piece of paper, covered it up, highlighted the queen so I can follow the directions. So we're going to start with fabric A. And a way to help me keep all this organized, I have freezer bags. And I'm going to label each one because it's 12 different fabrics. And then once you cut the fabrics out, you have to cut some left and right shapes. And that way it won't get confused. This is beautiful. All right, so let's get started. Get all this out of the way. I have my Olfa cutting mat. That's my favorite. And I got a long ruler on purpose because I'm going to have to cut some 12-inch pieces and some things longer. And this quilt is very large, being the queen size. And I wanted a big enough ruler. So let me pause this and go get my new rotary cutter blade in my rotary cutter. And this is the fabric that I chose for my binding. Beautiful. And this is my backing fabric. Absolutely gorgeous. Yep. And all of this is a Stonehenge Robin Egg collection, except for Fabric G, which is it's by Northcott, but it's not from the Stonehenge collection. All right, so let's go ahead and get started cutting. Okay, I found fabrics F and H. This is H, the diamond, and F is the golden leaf. So they were in the same package. They were actually the last sets of fabrics that I got. And again, I just picked my own colors out. This is fabric B, which is light. And this is fabric J. I believe J was probably my favorite out of all of them. Bear with me. There it is. So you see, to get that Misty Pine effect, that mountain effect, you have to have a varying palette that all the fabrics have to go together from light to dark. We have light, mediums, and darks to get that look. I can't wait to do this. Yep. So my lighter fabrics would be here, and as you go up, it gets darker in the palette, and then we go more medium. So let me go ahead and cut out fabric A for the queen. And it takes a lot of planning for this quilt. I actually sat down for a couple of weeks and just went over everything, and it was very helpful to watch the quilt along, McCall's quilt along. Even though the actual pattern that you buy, the amounts of fabric and the order you put them in is different in here, but you can still get the idea of how to sew this from that quilt along. I just sat down and planned my fabrics, and because I didn't buy their kit, I put together my own. See, I went from fabrics A, I just named the 1 all the way down, and picked out the numbers of the fabric. I actually bought all my stuff off of Etsy and just wrote my notes of how much. Like, it called for 7/8 of a yard for fabric A. Well, on Etsy, it didn't sell it like that, so I had to buy a yard. So I had plenty of fabric left over. I could probably make a small throw out of some of it. Because like some things I needed 1 1/8 yard, but I had to buy 2 yards. A lot of it I had to just buy it as 2 yards because it didn't sell it in a smaller size. But my backing was the oxidized copper. Yep. All right. So let's get going. Now I already picked my threads out that I'm going to use in this quilt. I believe I was going to actually piece it, if I remember correctly. It's been a while. I should have written my notes down. Piece it with this Guterman's thread. And I was going to do a little decorative stitching on the top of this metallic thread, probably over the tops of some of the mountains. Where's my pattern? Oh, bugger. Probably over some of this darker areas to make it kind of stand out. I think that would be pretty on some of that darker fabric that you saw me have. And then I'll probably do some actual quilting in certain areas of the quilt, like when I'm quilting it. Probably use this in some of the lighter areas, like in the trees, and use this more in the mountain area. We'll see. All right, so that's my threads, at least that I picked out for the moment. And it may change as I go. Okay, I've already put my new rotary blade in. Let's get my fabric out. This is fabric A, remember? Woo! I have to even this up. You see how crooked this is. get this selvage off of here. Okay, so I finally got the first square cut correctly. The fabric was so uneven. I thought, oh, be sure to remember to close your rotary blade, because I have dogs within the room sleep, but what if they ran by and bumped this? Oh my goodness, that'd be horrible. It fell on my foot. All right, so the instructions say to cut it diagonally twice. So cut it left, cut it right, and cut it left. All right, here it goes. Okay, that's the first block of fabric A that says to cut like that. And I need to cut out 4 of these. So I'm gonna go ahead and stack these up. There we go. I'm gonna cut my other 4 squares out and cut them at 2 angles like it calls for, and put them on our bag. Actually, and then I also need 2 pieces, 2 other additional pieces, and then we'll be done with fabric A. All right, I'll be back. Well, let's get back to quilting. Athena has an itch under her neck. Come on, girl. I just adopted her a week ago from the Humane Society. So we have to fatten her up a little bit. She's heartworm positive and she has hookworms, but she's on medication and she's on the mend. He's a sweetheart. He's only barked like once since I've had her. Will help me quilt. All right, back to it. What's up, Athena? She wants to help. What, baby? Sorry about that. Gotta go play. Go play now. All right? Wanna go outside? Go play with Atlas. Let's just hope she doesn't decide to run off with the fabric. Wait a minute, baby. We'll play in a minute, okay? You're on the foot. You're already spoiled. You better watch your nose. Better watch your nose. Yay, it's right. Now, let's cut it at an angle. Because if you remember, it says to cut it like that. That means we have to cut it this way and that way. So let's line it up. So that is 3. It was taking me over 30 minutes just to do 3 squares. We have to iron that again. Okay. Alright, this is the last of fabric A. And the pieces that I need. Or fabric 1, as it's called on the pattern. Okay. That's it for fabric 1. You can go ahead and bag it up. And those two pieces right here are probably part of the tree trunk. Let me find that piece. Like this, pieces of the tree trunk. That's probably going to go on either side, if I'm guessing right. That's what these little rectangle pieces are for the background scenery to the tree trunk. We'll see if the pattern goes on because you can see there's lighter pieces in here. All right. There we go. Fabric number 1 is done. More fabric A. Actually, my bad. The fabric number 1 we cut out is going to go, yeah, it will be the trunk of the tree, not the background. All right. Okay, this is to give you all an idea of the fabrics. They're not all in the order and that I'm going to use them. I'm leaving them like that because I labeled the packages of what fabrics they were. But that's the idea of the fabrics that I'm going to use in this pattern. I know it's definitely fabrics A and B. I believe this one is C. That one is D. I know that one's G. That one's K, I know. I think it's K. Let's see. No, this one's K. And that one's L, the darkest. And these two are F and H. That's F, that's H. And that one's J. So there you have it. This is going to take a while. And I said it took almost an hour to get just fabric A cut out. But we got it done.